audible and visible for you guys, please just 1 second. Yeah, if I'm audible and visible for you guys, please put in the question section that I'm audible so that I would know and I would continue with the session. Okay, so I am visible. Just give me 1 second, guys. I will just check my audio and I'll just confirm it, and I will start with the session in another minute. Yes, Charu, the session is recorded and also it will be live streamed on YouTube. So if you want to find it later, you would still find it on YouTube. Okay, guys, let's start with the session now. All right, so I'm pretty sure you guys would have read the description in the session. So it's basically a pretty straightforward session. It's a AWS tutorial, and in this case, what we're going to cover is these are the topics. And so the first part will be covered by me, and the second part will be taken by a course advisor. They'll be giving you more input about the certification and the training. So first, I'll be giving you more information about the cloud computing before the rise of cloud computing advantages, what is AWS, why it became successful, and also the AWS service domains. And I'll explain the integral services in AWS. There are 5 integral services in AWS, which you can learn while you start with AWS. All right. So now let's start off with this session. So I would take, let me just check. Yeah, so I would be taking around 30-35 minutes to complete my part. So if you have any questions, please put down. If I see them right here, I will just answer it right away. If not, I'll just finish up my session, finish up my part, and let's have a Q&A. All right. Okay, so before the rise of cloud. Okay, so the thing is, what was the approach to run an application on the internet before cloud? So what do you guys think would have happened? So basically, you would, the development team would have created an application, and once the application was created, they would have basically tested it and did all the things which has to be done. If there was a bug, it has to be rectified, and then finally they'll basically upload it into the production environment. And they used to have physical servers where they'll have to physically be present while they are uploading the data, or they can just connect via the network and upload the data. But the thing is, to maintain it, it took a lot of money and time. So the on-premise setups, they had to buy stacks of servers and other hardware components and maintain and upgrade the servers whenever there was a requirement. For example, every single day it has to be maintained and upgraded, because the servers cannot go down, the servers cannot stop working, because if they do, then your application will stop working and you will have a loss. The company will go in a loss for that particular point in time. All right, and monitoring and reporting. So you will have to monitor the servers and how the application is performing, how the servers are performing and all that. And also always have a feedback loop of the reports getting into the development team and others. All right. And consider websites, traffic changes, and scale accordingly, and recruit security professionals. So by seeing all this, you'd have to buy physical servers, a lot of servers. So a lot of capital investment, and recruit security professionals, again a lot of capital investment, and also consider website traffic changes and scale accordingly. So it has to be hard coded in that. So let's say if your website normally gets 10,000 users, and suddenly in one particular day there is a sale and there are 1 lakh users trying to access your website, if you do not have enough servers, to accommodate 1 lakh's incoming customers, then your website will have a major crash, or your website will slow down for the other existing customers who are trying to make a purchase. All right, so for this you would have to hard code in order to scale your application across the servers you have. But the problem is you might not have expected your application's growth, and you might not have or bought enough physical servers. So in that case, you would have to sacrifice some of the customers, because you don't have the physical hardware to bring in and make your application be highly available. That is, make your application be available to every single person who is coming into. So this was one of the major problems. That is, you had to put in a lot of effort. You had to hire a lot of people who you had to pay money, obviously. Then you had to buy a lot of servers and maintain them. So everything needed a lot of money, and everything needed a lot of capital. But in this case, the disadvantages which I was saying you are these. Maintenance of servers is hard. Increase in expenditure, because whenever your traffic increases, your expenditure obviously increases, because you need to buy more servers, and you need to hire more personnel to basically maintain them. Even then, let's say you have 100 servers, and now if your application's traffic goes down and a lot less people are using it, then you will have already invested a lot of money in the servers which are sitting idly in your data center. Again, that will also be expensive. So data privacy and security will be poor. So it might not be poor, but the thing is, it would be much poorer than the AWS infrastructure or the Azure infrastructure or the GCP infrastructure, because they are companies who can spend billions of dollars in security. And scalability and flexibility is also one major problem, because you cannot increase the number of servers very easily, because whenever you wanted to increase the number of servers, you had to buy them and then configure them and then set them up. So these are the problems, major problems. Okay, so now, so these are the problems. Now let's see what is cloud computing and how cloud computing basically made it better. So in simplest terms, cloud computing is a technology where a resource is provided as a service through the internet to a user. So cloud computing can be anything. For example, Gmail or Google Drive. These are all cloud services, but they are a different type of cloud service. You're provided the application, and you don't know where the code is running. You don't know where the application is running in itself. You just are provided do all the operations you want to do. So for example, Gmail, you can send mails. You don't know where the mail is stored. You don't know where the mail you're receiving is stored, but you know it works. You know the application works. You don't know where the code is also stored. So that is called a software as a service. You're getting a software as a service via the internet. You're not downloading it or you're not doing anything else. You're accessing it directly via the internet, where it is hosted somewhere else. Same thing, but when it comes to infrastructure, let's say you want a server, you want to launch a server. In that case, you have to basically how to say that? Yeah, so you will have to, in this case, which I explained just now in the on-premises setup, you'll have to buy it, then configure it, and do a lot of things before making it run. But when it comes to cloud, it takes a couple of minutes to launch a server and do provisioning and upload and install software in that particular server. All right. So if time permits, I'll also show you guys a basic hands-on of how to launch a server and how to run a web server inside of it. So it will hardly take 5 to 10 minutes. I'll show that. All right. So now cloud computing benefits. So the disadvantages we saw. What are the disadvantages of on-premises? Now, what are the benefits of cloud computing? Data privacy and security. No maintenance worries, because if you go with AWS or any cloud provider for that sake, Azure or GCP, they take care of the maintenance in the complete data center. They maintain and they make sure the data center is always available. Data privacy security, again, it's AWS or Azure. So AWS is owned by Amazon, Azure is owned by Microsoft, GCP is owned by Google. So these are tech giants who can invest billions of dollars into network security. Faster data recovery. So cloud, obviously, if it is a much faster data center, obviously you can recover data faster. And this basically means there is we can say, let's say you have your data stored in 3 different locations in the cloud, 3 different regions. So every single region will have a different retrieval speed, and you can basically optimize it by setting up the region the closest to you. Okay, and the scale dynamically. So in on-premises, you cannot do that because you had to buy servers and set them up every time you wanted to scale up. And scaling down is virtually not possible because you have to sell your servers or just throw them away if your application's popularity goes down. But on the cloud, you can set up a policy where it automatically increases the number of servers or decreases the number of servers according to your incoming traffic. And let's say if there are 1,000 users, and in that case, it will automatically, so let's say for 1,000 users, there are 10 servers, each server can handle 100 users. So now suddenly there's a spike in traffic and there are 2,000 users. So now if each server can handle 100 users, now you would need 20 servers to manage all the 2,000 users. So according to the policy, it will automatically spin up 10 more servers or 11 more servers, and all 20 servers will be running and will be accommodating the 2,000 users who are entering your site. Same way, if right now, let's say after midnight and there are not much users, there are only 500 users on your site, so it will automatically decrease the servers to 5 servers because each server can handle 100 servers. So now the thing is, you can set up the minimum number of servers running at any point of time. So let's say the minimum number of servers you provided as 3 servers. So even though your website is having only 100 users at once, because when you can scale dynamically, increase and decrease the number of servers according to the traffic, you are cost optimizing your application. And faster data recovery reduces the internet bandwidth, no maintenance worries. You don't have to hire people to maintain the data center. So again, reduced costs. Data privacy and security, again, you don't have to hire top security professional, top networking security professional to handle your data center. Okay, so these are some of the benefits, guys. All right, so now let's start with the next one, which is what is AWS. So if you guys have any questions until now, you can put down. If I can see them, I will answer them in the webinar. All right. So then there is AWS. So Amazon Web Services is a cloud provider which provides its users a wide range of services via internet. Okay. So Amazon Web Services was launched in 2006. And so back then they just launched with 2 services, EC2 and S3, which are still the most integral services in AWS. All right. So the thing is, it is owned by Amazon, and so AWS, Amazon.com completely runs on AWS, and you can see that Amazon.com is always available, and it's a pretty fast website. And yeah, so that basically is an example of how AWS can be, how good AWS can be. Also, Netflix is also completely hosted on AWS. All the data is stored in the AWS data center. The applications are running in the AWS data center. The analytics, everything is done in AWS, and Netflix is a very lightweight streaming platform. And one of the reasons is AWS, because of its faster, its capabilities which it provides. Okay. So there is a question here from Muajid. I don't actually, what should the top professional do? So if you can elaborate the question, please, I would answer it. I'm not getting the idea of what the question is about. I'm sorry about that. Okay, I'll just continue for now with the session. Please elaborate the question. All right. Okay, so these are the other cloud providers, guys. I just wanted to give you an intro of them. So it's your Google Cloud, Alibaba Cloud, IBM Cloud, VMware, Salesforce, right? And why is AWS successful? So when 2006, they basically revolutionized the way the IT industry was launched and looked at servers, because you can spin up a server in a matter of minutes. You don't have to wait for a long time, and you don't have to wait for a long time for them to configure or set up. You can in a couple of minutes and start using them without even noticing. Spin up a server any delay in time. So, and there are other things why they got famous is simple and per hour billing. So this is one of the reasons. That is, you can so let's say you are running a service for just 2 hours. You only get billed for those 2 hours. You don't get billed for creating the service or deleting the service or modifying the service. No, you just get billed for the time you're using that particular service. And Amazon's brand name is also one reason, because Amazon is one of the biggest renowned names in the IT industry. An easy profile setup, it doesn't take a long time to actually set up your AWS profile. So you can just provide, like, it's like how you're creating a Facebook profile, but the only extra thing you'll have to do here is provide your debit or credit card details, because obviously they provide you a 12-month free trial, free tier. There are some services which are available in the free tier. If you are within the free tier limit, you won't get billed at all. If you're exceeding the free tier limit, then you'll get billed. But again, you can still be in the free tier limit. While practicing, it doesn't like, you will not have to use bigger services, and which will basically cost you. And yeah, so that's one reason why it's successful. And then the service domains. So there are various service domains, guys. So in this case, I'm just gonna introduce you to some of them, and then talk about 5 different AWS services. So compute, database, storage, migration and transfer, customer engagement, security, identity and compliance, management and governance, networking and content delivery. So these are some of the major domains in AWS. And so one of the top domain is compute, because people are using AWS and other cloud providers, especially for the compute domain, because compute is basically what you need to run an application. You need a server to run an application, and the server is basically a computer, right? You can run a web application on your computer, and the same way you can run a web application on the AWS server. And yeah, so basically it's the integral and the most essential part of AWS. And then database services are available, storage services are available, and all types of services are available. All right, so now let's discuss the top 5 and top most. So Elastic Compute Cloud, Relational Database Service, Simple Storage Service, AWS Autoscaling, and AWS. The question for elaborating it with AWS is you become really good at around 5 to 10 services within 2 months. So you cannot become a complete expert, obviously, in every single AWS service. You will have to select the services which you would need for your particular job role. And so if your company might ask you to learn certain AWS services, or like they might ask you to learn certain AWS services. So first figure out what are the AWS services you want to learn, and then accordingly you'll have to plan it. And every single AWS service will have its own time period. Yeah, so the 5 services which I'm going to explain, you can basically start with these 5 services, because these are the most integral services in AWS. And yeah, so if you have time every single day, then you can basically master these 5 services in a span of 3 weeks, because yeah, so you can learn all the ins and outs of it in 3 weeks. All right, just give me 1 second, guys. Let me just check the internet speed. Okay, so it's all right. Okay, guys, let's continue with the session. So now Amazon Cloud Elastic Compute Cloud, it's called EC2 because Elastic Compute Cloud. All right. So it stands for Elastic Compute Cloud. Okay, used to create virtual machines in the AWS cloud. So virtual machines are basically servers on the AWS cloud. So to give you a little bit of story here. So AWS will have their own data center where they have physical hardware, and in the physical hardware there is a software running called Hypervisor. So Hypervisor is a software which will get the input and create a virtual machine according to your need. So let's say I want a Ubuntu server and I provide information in AWS and I click create. So once I create it, it will be that information basically ask, so it'll basically send a request into the AWS data center. That software supervisor will receive, create a Ubuntu virtual machine and assign this request in hardware create. And for example, let's say I've asked for 6 GB of RAM and 30 GB of storage. It'll assign that in AWS data center. The detailed private IP address of that will be sent back to me from AWS. So this is how it basically goes on, but you would need to know a lot more about it on how it works. But when you start with it, you don't have to actually know and understand how the back end of the AWS EC2 works. You just have to know how to create it and how to work with it before we finish what actually happens over there. The website also today, so create a server and how to host a website inside of that server. Okay. All right. Next comes Amazon Relational Database Service called RDS. And before that, let me just check out if there are any questions. Okay, so the question from Mujahid is that I basically work as a network administrator and have a lot of experience. What are the possibilities of shifting to AWS? So as a network administrator, you can learn this, you can take up the certification called Sysops administrator and become a cloud administrator in a company, any company who uses AWS cloud. And yes, it's a very, very real possibility. You can surely shift to AWS. All right, now talking about RDS. So RDS is used to create dedicated database instances. So in this case, it is a server. It's a compute instance. That is, you are creating a let's say a Ubuntu server or a Windows server or a CentOS server. So you are creating a server. In this case, you are creating a server which essentially is for a database. You'll be given the endpoint, the port number to connect to the database. So using RDS, you can create a database server. So it's basically very simple to use RDS. You can provide all the details you need. You can provide the database name. You can provide the size of the database you need to be, for example, you want it to be 100 GB. You want 100 GB of storage. You can provide all that details and create it. And AWS provides you with 6 different database engine options. So 3 are provided here: MySQL, MySQL, SQL Server, Postgres. Then there is Oracle DB and there is MariaDB. And finally, AWS themselves have their own database engine called Amazon Aurora. But Aurora, again, it uses MySQL and PostgreSQL for its own schema. So you can either choose from MySQL or PostgreSQL when you're using Amazon Aurora. So these are the different database engine it provides. You can choose any one of them and create a database server. All right. Okay, so there is one more question. Let me just check it out. From Ola. Does it mean that you can perform the queries you run on SQL Server on AWS? Yes. They also provide you with something called a query editor, which you can open in the browser itself, in the AWS console, and you can directly run queries over there. Or you can open your SQL Server client in your local PC and use the endpoint and the host and the username and password you provided and connect it to your local client, and you can query the database which is on the AWS directly from your local client. Yeah. All right. The next service is Amazon Simple Storage Service. Okay, so it offers highly secure and redundant file storage service. So again, S3 is one of the simplest services AWS provides. It is straight up like Google Drive. You can store all kinds of files and you can store all kinds of data. So you can store object binary objects. So it can be an audio file, it can be a PDF, it can be a text file, it can be a video, doesn't matter. You can store any kinds of binary objects. All right. So, and also it's a really fast storage service, and you can store virtually unlimited data. You can store terabytes of data. You can store petabytes of data actually in S3. All right. Also, it provides various integrations. So it uses the HIPAA. So basically, to help prevent data breaches, they provide these integrations and with PCI DSS and HIPAA, and also you get data flexibility without almost zero latency. So it's actually not zero latency. There will be latency according to the region where your data is stored. If let's say you are trying to access data which is stored in the US data center from India, there will be latency. But if you're trying to access it from a region or from a data center which is close by to you, so I'm from India, if my data is stored in India, and if I'm trying to retrieve information from the Indian server, then the latency will be much lesser. And also you can choose the type of storage you want. There are 6 types of storage class in S3. So storage class decides what type of data you're going to store. So if you go with a standard, it would be regular data which you access frequently. Then there is another option called infrequent access, infrequent data. So in that case, that data would be accessed infrequently, and that basically will keep the data stored in a much cheaper storage area. So that obviously the reason why you choose that class is because that data is used infrequently. One more example is archiving. So you can archive your data. Let's say you just want to see that data maybe once in 2 months or 3 months. So you can archive that data, and it would be more than enough for you because you will not have to retrieve them constantly. And in that case, it will take some more time to retrieve that data. So you can choose the storage class accordingly. If you choose the most frequent class, which is standard, then it will be really fast for you. All right, so this is S3, and next comes AWS Autoscaling. So I was explaining about the increasing the number of servers and decreasing the number of servers according to the incoming traffic, according to the CPU utilization in your servers. So you can basically do that using AWS Autoscaling. So in AWS Autoscaling, you can create a group, and that group will in that group you can provide the details, like let's say my minimum number of servers should be 5. Any single time when I open when my application is running, there should always be 5 servers running. So then if the CPU utilization of all my servers go above 90%, so in that case I want another server to be launched. So again, even then, after 6 servers are running, then every single server's utilization is noted. And again, if it again goes above 90%, then another server is launched. So according to the utilization of the servers, you can increase the number of servers and decrease the number of servers as well. If the utilization is very less, then you would not need a lot of servers, and it will automatically decrease the number of servers. All right, so it's again a free service from AWS that allows you to scale your infrastructure automatically. So this is what I was talking about. All right. And then one final service we'll look at, and then we'll move on to the demo, which I wanted to show you guys. And that basically enables you to manage access to AWS services and resources securely. So it is basically an IAM tool. That's what people call it. So it's identity and access management. And just give me 1 second, guys. Sorry guys, there was a small internet problem. I hope I'm back and visible again. All right. Yeah. So enables you to manage access to AWS services and resources securely. So let's say you are in a company and there are 10 different users, and you just want to provide certain service. So basically, let's say there is a web developer who wants access to servers and the database. and there is a administrator who wants access to the billing count. Sorry, the billing tool. Okay, so now what you can do, you can create two different users and provide certain permissions so that the web developer can only access EC2 and RDS. So you can make sure that the person who is using, they only get access to the services they need, and they don't have to go around and use other services. So then same thing with the other person who just needs access to the billing tool. So in that case, again, you're providing access to them, and yeah, so they can only use the billing tool when they log into their AWS user. What is that called? So you can create an IAM user, and when they log into it, they'll be only given access to that one particular tool. So in this case, you can basically reduce risk of people misusing their account. So you have one account. Inside that account, you can create multiple users and provide different permissions to all of them, and you can access all of those users from one single dashboard. All right, so this is basically IAM. So these 5 are the most integral services in AWS. Okay, but whenever you are starting off learning, please start off with the Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud Service. Okay, so now that's what I'm going to show you the a demo for. Let me open the console. Yeah, so this is how the AWS console looks like, guys. So over here, this is the tool which I'm going to show you. So I'm not going to go into much detail while explaining every single thing. Let me just remove this. Yeah, so I'm just going to brief you through everything because we don't have a lot of time. The course advisor has to join in another 10 minutes. So I'm going to give you a brief of how to create a server and how to connect to a server and how to launch a website or how to host a website in it. Got it? Okay. So over here, you can see there are already a few servers, but all the servers are stopped, which were previously used. All right, so now let's create our own server. So in AWS, servers are called as instances, EC2 instances. So I'm going to call them instances hereafter. I used servers so that you can understand them better. Give me 1 second, guys. All right. Okay, when you're launching a server, when you're launching an instance, the first thing you'll have to choose is the AMI, that is the Amazon Mission Image. And over here, you will get an option to choose different types of operating systems. So you can choose from Amazon Linux, there is macOS, there is Red Hat, there is SUSE Linux, there is Ubuntu. So I'm going to go with the Ubuntu server. So I want a Ubuntu instance running on my AWS account. All right, I'm selecting it. All right, so as I told you, if in your first 12 months of creating an account, you will be given something called the free tier. And if you are staying within the free tier, you will not get billed anything. So you can use AWS services for free. So the only type of instance you can choose is T2.micro, which comes under the free tier eligibility, free tier category. And in this case, you will be provided with 1 core. So you would know what 2 cores, a 4-core CPU, a 6-core CPU is. So basically it's hardware. So here they'll provide you 1 virtual CPU with 1 GB of RAM. So you can choose bigger instances also. You can see there is a instance with 8 cores and 32 GB of RAM. And if you just come down, you would find more and more of this. Let me just make it once again. Yeah, so if you just come down, you can see this particular instance type has 36 cores and 244 GB of RAM, so memory. Okay, so you can choose bigger instances, but bigger instance types cost way more. So for practicing, please stick with T2.micro. Okay, so next is configure instance details. Yeah, so I just want to create 1 server, so I'm going to keep the number of instances as 1. And so I'm not going to explain the network part because this will take a lot of time. We'll cover that in another webinar or in another YouTube session. So I'm just going to choose, I just want one server, so I'm going to keep it as 1 and go on to the next part. So next part comes the storage. So as it is an Ubuntu server, you don't need a lot of storage. You just need 8 GB of, because it's a server, it is not a GUI Ubuntu tool. If it is GUI, you would need more storage space to run the server, but it is a server, you just get the command line. So in that case, you would not need a lot of storage. So I'm just going to go with the provided 8 GB over here. You can increase this also to 100 or how much ever you want. So I'm going to keep it as 8. And next, tags. So tags are basically to, for example, let's say you have 20 servers in your account. You don't know which are the servers you created. So you can tag all of those servers with a common name. So I'm just going to name them server 1. So you can tag them and you can just search for that particular tag and you can find your servers easily in a bunch of servers. So that's why tags are useful. They are not any particular thing. Okay, and then comes something called a security group. So security group decides who can log into your server or what protocols are allowed into your server or allowed out of your server. For now, there is only one type of protocol which is allowed, which is SSH. Okay, so SSH lets you to securely log into the account, into the server. It's called secure shell. SSH means secure shell. So it's a TCP protocol which allows you to log in and authenticate into the server, basically by providing a private key, okay, private and public key. So symmetric encryption. And yeah, so it runs on port number 22. And I'm going to allow one more type of protocol. So I want to allow another TCP protocol, which is HTTP, because I'm going to run a web server inside my instance which I'm creating. Okay, so I'm going to review and launch. So you can just review all things. So as I told, so improve your instance's security. Your security group is open to the world. If you see over here, anybody can connect to my server if they know the public IP address of the instance which I'm creating. But the thing is, they would not have the private key file. Only if you have the private key file, then you can log in into the server. But the private key will be only available with me. I will only have the private key. You will not have it. So because of that, you cannot connect to it, because the server will have a public key and you'll have to upload the private key. The private key file will decrypt the public key. Only if it decrypts it, then that server will let you work on it. So only then it will authenticate you into the server. Got it? All right. So now let's do that. So you can either choose a key which already exists, or I'm just going to create a new key pair so that you guys would understand what exactly is going on. Okay, so I'm going to name the key as practice, or I'm just going to name it webinar key because I wouldn't need it after this particular webinar. And yeah, so I'm choosing, you can choose what type of algorithm you want the key pair to be on. So I'm just going to choose RSA and download the key pair. Okay, so it will download in a format called .pem, and make sure you have this PEM file. And I'm going to launch the instances. Okay, so the instances is getting launched. And one more thing we'll have to do is that, so we'll have to log in into the server. So there are multiple ways of logging into the server. So one simple way is to directly connect it from the browser. So once the server is running, so you can see, right, server 1, this is the tag I provided. So once the server is running, it'll show the status will be running here, and the status checks will be 2 out of 2. All right, and then so you can see it is running right now, and you can see the details of the server over here. This is the public IP address, right? 18.116.115.11. So let me run this public IP address first, just to show you that there are no web servers running here. Okay, so you can see there is no website hosted on this particular server or on this particular instance. So I'm going to run a website inside this and then show you so that you could understand how exactly it works. So as I told you, there are multiple ways of connecting to the server. One way is of directly connecting it here by clicking on connect, and you can just go to EC2 instance connect and click on connect, and it will create a window right here, and you can directly log in from here. But the thing is, your internet has to be really, really fast for this to be available and working all the time. But if your internet is slow, I would suggest you to use a tool called Putty. All right, Putty. So before using the Putty tool, you will have to generate the private key file in Putty's format. So we already have the file called the .pem file, right? So let this run because the internet is a little audible. Right now, I think the internet issue got resolved. Yes. All right. Okay, so let this connect. Yeah. So while I was teaching, I uploaded. Okay. So now first let me explain this. So now you can see the server has been launched and it has been opened here in this site. So now you can just see pwd. So /home/ubuntu. So let me just create a file here so that when I connect it via Putty, you would know it's the same server. Okay, so 1.txt file has been created. So this is one way of accessing. You can access it directly from the browser, but I wouldn't suggest this method. I would suggest you to use a tool like Putty, a client tool like Putty. So first I've uploaded. So I'll just show you. First I opened this tool called PuttyGen, Putty key generator. Then I loaded the .pem file. Okay, and then I'm saving this file. So I'm just going to use the same name, webinar key.ppk. Saved. All right. So I'm just going to close this now. Then you'll have to open the Putty tool. So this is Putty tool. Okay. So now I'll show you how to connect with it. So you click on the server, and this will provide the server details. Okay. So the public IP address. You will have to copy this address, public IP address. There would be a public IP and a private IP. Don't use a private IP address. Use the public IP address. And I'm just going to refresh this once again to show you there is no website running in this particular server, okay? Because I've not launched it yet. So then I open the server. I'll put the host name. And then I'm going to SSH, because as I told you, we'll have to authenticate via SSH. So I'm going to SSH in authentication, and I'll have to choose the private key file we just created. So webinar key, and open it, and just provide yes. So I've launched a Ubuntu server, and the regular login ID for a Ubuntu server is Ubuntu. If it is the Linux server, any other type of Linux server, the username would be EC2 user. EC2-user. So it will be Ubuntu for Ubuntu server. So I'm going to use that. So now you can see that it has been it logged in for me directly because I've provided the right private key file. So now if I do an ls, it should show the 1.txt file which I created before because it is the same server. Okay. All right. So now I'll just increase the size of the second, there is settings. So that it's visible for you guys better. Okay. All right. So first thing you'll have to do is update the server. So sudo apt get update. Because some of the packages in the server would be outdated. So every time you launch a new server in AWS, always update it. Okay. So once updated, I'm going to launch this web server right now. So there is a web server called Apache 2. So I'm going to launch this web server in Ubuntu. So once I launch this, then we refresh the page, we can see a website running here. Okay, so the web server is launched, it is enabled, and the web server would be running right now. Okay, so the web server is launched, guys. Okay, so now if I refresh now, it should be running a server, a web page inside the server, so that it is showing in my site. So yeah, now you can see I've hosted a website inside the server which I just launched. So to make it even clearer for you guys, so the place where this particular file will be stored is /var/www/HTML. All right. So here you can see the index.html file, right? So let me do one thing. Let me remove this index.html file. Okay, I removed it. If I do an ls, you won't see the file. If I refresh this, it will not show the file because that was the file which it was showing here. So if I create another index.html file here, so sudo nano index.html. Okay, so I'm going to just provide this is okay, let me just put it in. Sure. This is a server. So I'm going to save this. Okay. So now if I do an ls, you can see there is an index.html file. So now Apache 2 basically searches for the index.html file inside this particular path. Okay, so now if I refresh this, it will show the website. This is a server. So this is how the basic websites are hosted, guys, inside a server. So web server is run, and inside the place where it will be looking for the server, that place would basically be so that place, if you put the file, it will be showing it. For example, if I create another file, sudo nano 1.html hello. Sorry for that in between, guys. So again, there was a small internet issue. So I'm just saving this 1.html file as hello. Okay, so now you can see there is a 1.html file and an index.html file. So now it normally searches for index.html. It doesn't show the 1.html file. If you want to see the 1.html file, then you provide /1.html, and you can see it shows the 1.html file over here. So this is basically it, guys. This is basically launching a server, and I've showed you how to launch a website inside a web server. And yeah, so I think you learned a lot from this particular session. And let me just go back to the slides. And Yeah, if you have any questions, please put down. I'll be answering them for a couple minutes and hand over the session to my colleague. So yeah, so the first thing I wanted to say before handing over the session is, so we have a YouTube channel in which this particular webinar is also being streamed. We have a lot of free content over there. You can start learning from there. You can start learning AWS. You can start learning Azure, or you can start learning machine learning directly from the website. Or you can check out our our blog part, intellipaat.com/blog, where we have a lot of free content where you can learn from a lot of quality content. And also we have another website called intellipaat.com/academy, where again we provide certain free courses. So you can just check out, we provide around 35 free courses over there. You can also learn from those courses and get certified, but those courses are fundamental courses. You can get strong in your fundamentals, but the thing is, if you want to get better, you will have to take up a more advanced training. Okay, so now thank you so much for attending the session. I'll be answering some questions and then moving on with the and then handing over the session to my colleague. So please wait for a couple minutes, guys. I'll just answer the question. I have one question right now from Amrik Singh, career opportunities in AWS. Just give me 1 second, Amrik. I will just set up the webinar for my colleague, and then I will answer the questions and then hand over the session. Please stay for please wait for a second. Fellow investor, so is this session registered? I want to have it after because I'm at work. Yeah, so basically this session is also streamed on YouTube. You can also check out the YouTube stream which has run. It will be available on our YouTube channel even after the webinar is ended. Also it's recorded, so please don't worry. Okay, so now to answer the question, Amrik Singh asked, so career opportunities in AWS, it totally depends on the course you're taking up, or it totally depends on what you want to do. For example, if you're interested in creating architectures in the cloud, then you can choose so you can choose solution. If you want to work on creating architectures, and if you want to build applications and also put them on the AWS or cloud architecture, then you can become a solutions architect. And then there is cloud developer or AWS developer, where you would also do software development and also create these architectures where you're going to deploy them, so that you can become a cloud developer. Once again, guys. Yeah, so then there is another role. If you don't, so these two roles which I said first, solutions architect and developer, requires programming knowledge. But if you do not want to associate yourself with programming, then you can take up the Sysops administrator certification, which if you become a Sysops administrator, you would not have to work with programming, but instead you would be working on the administration part of the cloud, that is monitoring, and you would be also reporting. So you would be working on those aspects of the cloud. So I hope I answered your question, Amrit. And another question from Omito Kun. Can one get a job with an AWS certification alone? So yes, AWS certifications, plus you should also, while you're learning the AWS certifications, make sure you work on certain projects so that you can add them on your resume or your CV. And so using that, you can attract a lot of companies, and you can get into a company. So again, you'll have to choose the right AWS certification for the skill set you have or the skill set you want to have. All right. Okay. Okay, guys, just give us 1 second. We'll be starting the session in a couple minutes. Okay, so there is another question from Omitopan. Can you advise what other projects do you recommend? So the projects, you can just check out Intellipaat's website, where we have provided a list of projects right there. And yeah, so basically you can just check them out, and you can contact us if you want to work with them, or if you can do it by yourself, then that's totally on you. So you can check out the different types of projects. You can also check out the AWS tutorials we have. And yeah. So you can check out the AWS tutorials we've provided, and you can follow them. You can walk through the tutorials we've provided and also do those demos. Just 1 second, guys. The course advisor is joining.
So are you able to see my screen? I just need a quick answer over the questions, please. If anybody can. Anyone can just post over the questions that yes, I'll be able to notify it. Yes, please. Yeah. Thank you. So sure. AWS Solutions Architect. So it will be for 36 hours of the training for you. And if you're looking for the certification exam, more than happy to offer you this program from Intel. I don't think you'll be looking only for that, because nowadays those days are gone where certification will give you a job, certification will give you a higher salary. But then also, I will just give you the glimpse of this program. We are official collaboration with NASSCOM. So NASSCOM is the IT government body for all the IT companies in India. So you will be receiving this course directly from the NASSCOM verification, that is AWS Solutions Architect. And this is the logo which is mentioned, Future Skills is the initiative NASSCOM. And once the training gets started, apart from Intellipaat certificate, you all will be receiving this NASSCOM certificate also, which will be an add-on to your perspective of resume job change. Okay. And features will be 36 hours of the live classes. Zoom is the platform where we conduct the classes for you. And it will be an interactive class where you can just post your questions. You can discuss with them, one-to-one doubt sessions with the trainer. And 2 batches we are having for this training, that is a weekend batch and weekdays batch. So weekend batch is on Saturday and Sunday evening time, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. And weekdays batch, it is Tuesday to Friday morning time, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. So I will repeat the batches: Saturday and Sunday weekend batch, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. evening time, IST. And weekdays batch, Tuesday to Friday morning time, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. IST. 40 hours is a self-paced video. So one set of pre-recorded video we are giving to you complimentary. So that will be a previous recording. Just an example. When you're coming to the live class, the trainer name will be Amit. But the videos which you are getting, for example, it will be of Akshay. So a different set of video, but training content will be the same. For a better understanding, exposure, we are giving you this extra 40 hours of the self-paced. Projects are there, case studies are there, so 32 hours is for that. Okay, so 3 to 4 real-time project and case studies will be given to you, followed by some classroom exercise. Then NASSCOM certification. Okay, so you'll be receiving a NASSCOM certification for you once the training gets over, along with Intellipaat. Job assistance, because this is a certification program, so we does not guarantee you any jobs. We does not tell you that 101% will be giving you the placement. But yeah, help is there, assistance is there. So 100% job assistance provided by Intellipaat. And we are having a separate job portal, that is job.intellipaat.com. So I'll share you like entire links once you are going and doing the enrollment with Intellipaat. So that exclusive portal also you'll be getting. So CV building, your resume part, along with that, we'll be helping you mock interviews, and some mock test papers are conducted if you're looking for that certification, because as I told, this training is for the certification mostly, people who is looking for that certificate. Okay, so we'll be helping you in those aspects. And until the placement happens, we'll be helping you out. This is just a help from Intellipaat. At least will push you to get a job in the market, but nothing like guaranteed or something. Then comes the flexible schedule. Miss out any classes due to any reason, and you want to take the class one more time, most welcome. Come back to Intellipaat, take the training free of cost. So we are giving you a lifetime free live class access. Okay, live class access is only some people say you 90 days, 6 months, 1 year live class, but Intellipaat gives to you a lifetime. Along with that, recordings anyhow will be in your LMS portal lifetime. So live class recordings also we are giving to you extra. As soon as the class is done, same recordings will be uploaded to your portal. You can make use of those recordings also. So this is the flexibility what Intellipaat gives to the learners. Then lifetime free upgrade. So any upgradation comes to this concept, you are most welcome. Come back to Intellipaat, take the training free of cost and upgrade yourself. Upgradation example I will give you. For example, right now the course is the certification course name is SAAC02. You can see here in the code name. Maybe after 2 years, the code changes. 03, some upgradation, 1 or 2 topics extra will be added. That time where to go? Come back to Intellipaat, take the training free of cost. Live class I'm talking about. You can verify, you can ask them, they will get the answer. Then the last thing is the mentor support. So we'll be providing you the mentor's number, 24/7 they are available. Technical guidance, anything related to projects, anything related to your CV building, anything related to your placement assistance, they will be with you, not only during this program of 30 hours, but lifelong. So this is 24/7 mentor support we are providing to you with Intellipaat. So this is on the training features. Okay, content I will be just giving you brief. Every concept related to the examinations will be taught to you, like EC2 instance, auto scaling, load balancing, data security, IAM, identity access management, CLI, command line interface. Okay, along with that, object storage, database service. Okay, so those concepts will be coming to the picture. Basically, 4 things: data storage, data infrastructure, data security, which will be related to your object storage. So these are the 4 things basically will be taught to you. I will just give you the glimpse of skills required. So these are around 7 to 8 points what will be taught to you. Just 36 hours of the training. And coming to the batches, you can be seeing the upcoming batches are flashing. 26th October was today's date. So we already started with the fresh batch today, weekdays, followed by 31st of October, upcoming weekend batch. Timings are also flashing here, which I told you earlier also, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. and weekdays 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. So if this weekdays, of course, it's already started. If you want to join on the same batch also, most welcome. We'll help you out. If not, 2nd of October, 2nd of November, we are starting with the fresh weekdays batch. So these 3 are the upcoming batches with 26th started as of today's date. Coming to the pricing, you will be able to see the price in the website. I will show you. It's 22,743, 22,743 plus 18% GST is there. So it comes to around 26,980 approximate. It will be a 27K price for you. 27. Okay. What extra I will be giving you, which I told you in the starting when I joined this webinar, is that some extra coupon codes, which I am having right now. That's why we have conducted this webinar also to help the learners who will be taking this webinar along with me. So the price, the website, it is 10% off. I guess your course advisor might have discussed with you. They might have given a 30%, 35%, maybe 40%. I'm not sure about that. So that is totally up to the course advisors, what they have taken their own manager's permission and given you that discount. But if you confirm me right away today before 12, I'll be sharing my number. I'll be giving you my mail ID also. Either you can contact me, you can mail me. In by any chance you do that, I will be giving you this program which you're seeing on Intellipaat in a flat 45% discount. And that comes to 14,800 all including GST. 14800, 14,800 all including GST for this AWS Solutions Architect program, but only valid till today. So at the last of this webinar, I will share my number where you can contact me directly to go ahead with the enrollment and take this benefit of discount. If not today, then again, you can contact your course advisor with the same discounts what they have given to you, 25, 30 to 35%. So you can calculate on that part. But I am here to help you out with another program, which is the flagship program. And if you are looking for a 100% job with Intellipaat, along with that, you need something special in your career that is at least 100% minimum hike on your current salary. That program is for you. So that is the program which I am here all about. I will be showing you that program. That program is with IIT Guwahati. So everybody, I think, who is here, I am not telling maybe everybody, but at least 90%, and which I am also including into that, will be any time in the past have thought or dreamt of going to the IIT Guwahati and doing a BTech or maybe organization. So this is the time which you are getting with very less price with IIT. So if you are ready to explore yourself with a 9-month program, giving yourself that boost, extra energy, extra skill set and extra depth of the concept, that is the program for you. That program name is Advanced Certification in Cloud and DevOps. And this is a 9-month program conducted by IIT Guwahati, and the advantages are very, very higher in this program. So I'll discuss with that each and everything's details. So this is the program. You can see in Explore Programs, Indian Institute of Technology, Guwahati. So the course name is Advanced Certification in Cloud and DevOps. So we start every training from the basic, then go ahead with the mid-level, then go with the advanced topic. So people who is here, fresher, who is an experienced people, both can easily go ahead with this training program. And as I told you, I can promise you, I can assure you a minimum hike of 100% from your current salary. And this program gives you a guaranteed interview. So 3 interviews are guaranteed with an IIT brand name, IIT standard company. Those companies' names also I'll be showing you in this website. Along with that, the training is given by IIT faculty only. It's no like in AWS training, it's in working professionals having an 8 to 10 years of experience, maybe from IBM, Amazon, they will teach you. But here the training pattern is completely different. It's from the IIT Guwahati professors only. So I'll show you that things in details. And along with that, we are also having in collaboration with Microsoft. You can see the logo here. So Microsoft will help you in terms of projects and practicals, which is the current real-time project. That's why we have collaborated with Microsoft also along with IIT. And now coming to the key highlights about the program key highlights. So this is what this training program means to. 9-month, 600 hours of applied training. Only in the weekends we conduct the class, Saturday and Sunday, evening time, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. So 3 hours Saturday, 3 hours Sunday, 6 hours per week. Okay, that's all. 9-month program. This is 600 hours of applied training, Zoom webinar. It will be conducted. Learn from the IIT Guwahati faculty, which I was talking about. So Guwahati professors will teach you who is right now deployed as in professors into the IIT campus. So they will be teaching you. Industry experts means who are from the Microsoft side. For the project part, they will be taking the classes. IIT Guwahati alumni status, so which everybody will be looking for here now if they might have dreamt of IIT. So you will be getting a card from IIT Guwahati, a member card. You will be a lifetime executive alumni from IIT Guwahati. Anytime you can visit the campus, any webinars conducted on cloud and DevOps, the links will be shared to you on your particular mail ID. You can do it for a lifetime. And those webinars are not conducted by normal people. They are the current CEO, entrepreneurs, big businessmen who take, maybe if I give an example of Tata, okay, so sometimes maybe Ratan Tata, any person who is of that level will be taking some webinars to give you influencing sessions in the IT. So those webinars also will be shared to you, not during this program, after 2 years also, 5 years also. That is the meaning of that alumni status. Followed by 24/7 support. A technical team will be assigned to you where you can give a call to them. Recordings not added of the classes. You missed any class, links you have not got, any confusion, you can call to that particular support. That numbers I'll share with you after the enrollment. Okay. Then this training is designed for the working professionals and freshers, which I told you earlier also. Any person who is right now in this webinar having an experience of 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, they can take the course. And a person who is a fresher looking for to make a career into the IT field, this is the program for them. Then once the training gets over, you'll be receiving a certificate from IIT Guwahati. You can just see certification from IIT Guwahati. Direct certification will be released from IIT. So this is also for your lifetime and add-on like help and advantage to you. Guaranteed 3 interviews by Intellipaat, which I was talking about. So this is the program. If you're looking for job centric, you want that 100% hike, 3 interviews is guaranteed by Intellipaat with that IIT collaboration and IIT brand name. 101% you'll getting placement in these 3 organizations. Any one, if not one, sometimes 3 also you can get. You can choose which one you want to proceed. Again, the advantage is 2 days campus immersions at IIT Guwahati. In this 9 month, anytime if you're free, you have to visit to IIT Guwahati campus, meet your professors, explore the campus, see the faculties, attend some classes there. So this 2 days visit will change your career. You have to go to the IIT Guwahati any 9 month, 2 days we need. It's not like that today only you have to go, tomorrow only you have to go. As per your schedule, once you're free, you can inform 15 days, 20 days prior to Intellipaat. We will take care of that. So this is again an add-on to you. Coming to the right side, 100 plus live sessions across 9 months. Okay, so Zoom webinar, live classes will be conducted. 50 projects you will be getting. This project will be giving you that edge in the market with other competitions or maybe other courses, other institutes. So this 50 projects is all given by that Microsoft and discussing with that IIT professors with the current today's date. So 50 project, you can understand how much depth is into that. So that is again an add-on to you. One-to-one with industry mentors. So mentors will be from the Microsoft side because of that collaboration. Anytime you can give a call to them, they will be your mentors for this particular training program. One-to-one, discuss, see your career guidance, seek that help, then go ahead with that. So it will be like career mentoring sessions. Along with that dedicated learning manager, this will be from Intellipaat, who will be with you, a personal one-to-one, direct. You can give a call to them, WhatsApp them, mail them, any issues during this 9 month. So this dedicated learning manager will be your guide, okay, for this entire program. Soft skills essential training is the same thing, development skills, which I told you the examples of Ratan Tata, big entrepreneurs. Anytime take any classes or webinars, you'll be getting those links. So this is that for you. Not only the theory and practicals is this the part of this particular training. Apart from that, this development skills is there. No cost EMI option, we'll discuss of course at the last. Career assistance by Intellipaat is like, not only we schedule the interviews for you, along with that your resume building, mock interviews, career building sessions by your learning managers and industry mentors, all will be taken care by Intellipaat only. Projects what you have done, IT certificate what you got, okay, the alumni status what you got, everything in the CV will update from our side only. You have no need to go or hire any person for the CV building. We as a team Intellipaat will help you out with that. So these are the key highlights, okay, for this entire program, which will shape the career for you. Coming to the certification, you can just see, this is the IT certificate. You will be getting directly from IIT Guwahati, Intellipaat logo because we are the partner. You can see the signatures of the investigator principal and like principal investigator, IIT Guwahati. So 2 certificates, 2 signatures will be finding along with our company director, that is Mr. Diwakar Chittawala. So this is a certificate will be for you lifelong. Okay, and this is the Microsoft certificate. You're also getting that certification extra from direct Microsoft because of the collaboration. You can see digital signature of Satya Nadella is flashing there. You can see that logo. So this is also a participation certificate from Microsoft given to all the learners. Okay. Who can apply for the course, which I told you earlier? Anyone with a bachelor degree, have a passion for cloud and DevOps, easily can go ahead this training. If you don't have a bachelor degree, you're a working professional looking to grow their career as a cloud architect. For this, them also this course is there. Followed by any IT professionals, project manager, product managers. They are working as in cloud computing applications, one as in developer. Everyone can go ahead and take this program very, very easily. Some roles are there for cloud and DevOps professional. You will be working as a cloud architect. You will be working as a DevOps architect, release manager, project manager, senior DevOps engineer. Some of the roles are mentioned there. So I will directly jump to the mentors and the trainers who will be with you. You can follow them through the LinkedIn. Okay, you can see Dr. Ranjit Bhattacharya and Professor Gaurav Trivedi. They are directly from the IIT Guwahati. You can see the LinkedIn. When you go here, LinkedIn profile will be opening for them when you explore this option. Along with that, some industry practitioners, Paniraj. Okay, plus arrow is there. When you click, some more are there like Pankaj and all. So they will be your trainers for this entire training. Their mentors, all those names we have already mentioned here. Now this is the program curriculum. When you see the depth of this program and compare with other institutes, I will be telling you, you will be in love with this program if you are going ahead with cloud and DevOps. See the depth and then price I will show you, you will get your answer. That what I am talking about and why I am talking about. So we start with the preparations class of basic Python and Linux because for AWS, for DevOps, basic Python and Linux is required. So first we prepare you for that. That's why this IIT Guwahati professors are for this particular program. Preparations. First, we'll mold you, groom you. Then we go ahead with the cloud and DevOps prerequisite, followed by the AWS Solutions Architect, the same program which I discussed with you for 36 hours. AWS Solutions Architect, the first cloud will be taught to you. Now you can see before the first cloud how much depth we are teaching you in the preparations. Then second cloud, Azure Admin, DevOps, Python, Google Cloud, Azure Solutions Architect, Azure Data Factory, Azure Security, AWS DevOps, AWS Big Data. So these are the 10 courses in front of you which will be taught to you during this 9 month. The depth which I was talking about, and mark my words, search in Google, discuss with your friend. I guess you might be knowing also, if you are going with anything in the cloud, either AWS, Azure or Google Cloud, without DevOps, you will not be getting a job. If you're not having a DevOps knowledge, only looking for certification, you can go with that Solutions Architect course, which I discussed you earlier. But without DevOps, there is no place for the learners into the IT company. You can check, you can verify. That's why this program is there, which gives you cloud knowledge along with the DevOps knowledge. So this is the complete depth what I was talking about. Okay, right now below that some projects, beginner, intermediate, advanced, all type of projects will be given to you. It's not like that only advanced, we give you some small project as in beginner level followed by intermediate and then advanced. So all those things are mentioned there. When you scroll the screen down, you can see some of the names with the LinkedIn profiles. You can verify how much they have got, the hikes and all those things are mentioned here. Okay, their career transitions with Intellipaat. They have mentioned their feedbacks, reviews. Peer learning is the equivalent to a WhatsApp group which we have created for the learners. You can play hackathons with the learners along with that study group. Career service, any announcement, collaborative learning with this equivalent to WhatsApp group, we are giving to you a special advantage. It is an Intellipaat peer chat group where you can interact, discuss with the learners, trainers, like your learning managers. They will be available on this particular group. Career service by Intellipaat, which I was talking about, 3 interviews guaranteed. Very proudly we can say, because in IT program we have taken the permission from them. They will help you with the placement. 100% placement if you're looking, this is the place. 3 guaranteed interview, exclusive access to Intellipaat Job Portal, that is jobs.intellipaat.com. So that exclusive portal will be given to you. Interview preparations will be done, mock interviews, one-to-one career mentoring sessions, along with that career oriented sessions and resume and LinkedIn profile building. And this is the place where you'll be seeing the companies which you'll be getting hired with. 18 MNCs with collaboration with IIT is mentioned here. All are the top MNCs company. You can see some big 4 names are also there, like EY, along with the top MNCs which is in the cloud market, Microsoft, Amazon, Wipro, Sony, Intuit, Cisco, Adobe, Ericsson, Mu Sigma. You will be able to see that. So these are the 18 companies which you'll be getting placed in any one of that. Now the last thing is the pricing. So I will show you the program fee right now. It's 99,009 rupees plus 18% GST is there. So it comes to 1,16,500. So this is the final price for this particular program. And I will tell you this deadline, which is mentioned here, 30th of October, we are starting with the last batch of this particular year. If you miss this chance, you have to come in January for taking this program. So this is the last batch. That's why the price is also very minimal if you compare other institute with this IIT brand name, 99,009 plus 18% GST. So it comes to 1,16,000 rupees. And I guess if you have talked to your course advisors, you might have got no discounts, maybe 2,000, 3,000. I'm not aware of that. But if you go right today before 12, for this program, I will be giving you a flat 1,05,000 rupees, all including of GST. 11,000 a flat discount, which I have come here to give you. 1,05,000 all including GST with 9-month no cost EMI. Okay, on any option, credit card, debit card EMIs with our partners, any options you can choose. A 9-month no cost EMI on 1,05,000 all including GST. But only till today 12. If you're not taking that advantage, or if you are not looking for that, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, you can talk to your course advisors. You will be getting the same discount what they have given to you earlier or maybe 2K, 3K, not more than that, because they are not allowed to give that. So I have came here to give you that discount. So right now, I guess everything I have mentioned you can see the program Cohorts also, okay, which is mentioned here. 31st October, we will be starting with the program induction and regular classes. So we start with that Python basics and then move on to that. So I guess I have done with my part to make you understand, but yeah, I'm here to help you out with all your questions which you are having in your mind right now. You can ask me in that questions chat box. More than happy to help you out. Each and everything I will clear, and at last I will share my number, my mail ID, my WhatsApp number also. You can contact me before 12 a.m. I am not going anywhere. I am in the office today till 11:59. I will take the enrollments if you are looking for this. So you can just post your questions. I will be there to help you out immediately. I guess some questions were flashing there because I was not seeing how much in USA dollars. How much is the I think first question I will take. It's, I think Omi talk. How much is in USA dollars, right? So in dollars, if you convert this price, I will show you also. I guess it will be coming around 1500. I'm not sure about that. Yeah, it is coming to $1,800, $1,800 if you're going with an US dollars price. I think same question with Omitokun. How much is the 600 hours or 9 months translated into US dollars? It's an hours. I don't think US dollars will be in the rupees, right? So 9-month program, 600 hours will be the training. So that it cannot be converted into USA dollars, right? Rupees or maybe the price in INR which is flashing, that can be converted. So this program is for 1,800 INR. Basically, it is 1,900, but as I told, with the discount, I will be giving you in $1,800 if you're going with a dollar payment. When does this Cloud and DevOps program start? I showed you the induction program starting right on 31st of October this weekend, last batch of this year. Thank you so much, Omitok. Yeah, any further questions? More than happy to help you out. Yeah, is there another one in January? That not sure. As I told, this is the last batch of this particular year, and 101% in January, a batch might be starting, but with not this price. So that will be a major issue for every one of them, because this price is for this year. You know, the cloud and DevOps market right now in month of January, if you're going, it might be hiked to maybe 1.5 plus GST. And again, 4K, 5K discount means 1.45 plus GST. If INR you're paying, it will be coming around 1.65. If you're paying in dollars, around $2,500. Yeah, so any further questions? I have to travel next month, so I won't be back in January. I already enrolled with Intellipaat and Python and Salesforce. Good to know about that, Omitokin. And in that case, I will just tell you that if you're traveling, some classes, if you're missing out, you will be getting the recordings of those classes. And if by any chance you are going with Intellipaat with this particular price you want and start in January, you can pay that amount to me. You can enroll with Intellipaat. I will give you the self-paced access. And irrespective of the prices changes in the month of January, you will be offered the same price, which I told you right now. $1,800. Sure. Welcome. Any further questions? It was good Omi Kotun has discussed with me more questions. Yeah, I'm ready to take the question of Mr. Prabhu. I am an ETL developer / support. I never worked in AWS. I guess, Mr. Prabhu, that's why you're here. That is called as upgradation. If you have never worked on AWS, you're with Intellipaat. We are discussing where we'll help you with the entire training and make your skill set. Next part of your question, how and what services I can learn and get certification to pursue in cloud and ETL? What is the possible and relevant certification path? Which course I should take first from your list? Of course, as I told, this IT Guwahati course you're going, everything is part of the ETL only. Okay, Azure Data Factory is one course which includes SQL, ETL. Okay, along with that, Azure DevOps, when you go again, ETL SQL will be coming to the picture, the interrelation part, and AWS Cloud. So I don't think apart from this, you have to think also. And every courses which is there, it's mapped step by step. AWS, then Azure Data Factory, all the things will be there for you. And this is an upgradation of the career what you are taking right now. That's why you are here, and everything will be starting from the basic to help you out. Okay. Yeah, I got a message of Obi Tukun, 1 minute. One minute, yeah. I will share the information. Omitoki, I will just share it. I can, if you are able to see my numbers here, you can just note it down. I'm just writing here right away. My personal number. And if you're from US, of course, WhatsApp will be preferred option. So in that case, anytime you can WhatsApp me. Yeah. So first one, 9019899849 is my personal number where you can contact me. 08047187039 is my WhatsApp number. Along with that, my mail ID is anshuman@intellipaat.com. If you're not able to connect, you can directly update me over the mail also. That is also fine. Okay, so I guess Prabhu is, thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu. So are you able to see my contact numbers on the screen? I guess yes. If anyone, Mr. Prabhu or maybe Omi Tokun, you can just put an yes message there. So I'll get a confirmation there. I'm not seeing your phone number, okay? But I have just mentioned on the screen, but not an issue. I'll be just mentioning the things. You're not able to find here, but not an issue. Okay. So what I will do in the Google Sheet, I will do it for you. just 5 to 10 seconds. Yeah. I guess you'll be able to see my number 9019-899-849. This will be my contact number, and my WhatsApp number is 080-471-870-39. And my mail ID will be anshuman@intellipaat.com. So these are the 3 things which you are able to see on the screen. If yes, any person can just reply on that. Okay, it will be 0. Yeah, 9019-899-849 is my personal contact number. 080. Okay, 471-870-39 is my WhatsApp number. Anshuman@intellipaat.com is my mail ID. So if you can see, I didn't see the number. So still you're not able to see the number, Omitokun? If you're not able to see, no issues. You can just, I have seen it. Okay, Omitokun. Yeah, thank you. So any further questions, anybody? I will just, it's now around 10:11. 4 minutes I will be giving you to post your questions. I'll be there to help you out. And after that, you can give me a call. Below 12, like before 12, if you all goes ahead with the enrollment with me, I've already told you for only AWS Solutions Architect, 14,500. And for this IIT Guwahati Cloud Program, 1,05,000, all including GST, with a 9-month no-cost EMI. Any further questions, guys? Only 2 person has asked the question, Mr. Omitokun and I guess Mr. Prabhu. Yeah. So I guess more people are clear on the concept, so maybe clear with your understanding with me. If not, anytime WhatsApp is available. If you're not from India, you can give me a WhatsApp message, you can call me, you can call my personal number also. More than happy to help you out. But on the pricing, I'll be only helping you out till today. Okay, that is the thing which I'm here for, to give you some extra discounts. Okay, team, thank you so much for your good time. And really, it was a pleasure discussing with you all and helping you out with some of your answers for your questions. Hope I just made you understand, clear at least some of the idea on the cloud program. All the best. Hopefully looking for some calls on my numbers or maybe WhatsApp message. And if not also, more than happy to discuss with you right now on all my understanding to you all. All the best. Have a nice evening. Take care, guys.